One of the biggest problems that people have with getting their iron levels up is they don't absorb the iron from the food that they eat. So today I want to talk about what you should not do after you eat in order to make sure that you absorb the iron from your food. Alright? So here's the deal. In order for you to absorb iron from your food, you need an acidic environment, okay? You need an acidic stomach. And so when you consume things that are acidic like citrus juices, okay, like lemon juice, lime juice, orange juice, things like that, or even vinegar, okay, which is an acid, you put that on your salad. That actually helps to extract the iron from the food and allow you to absorb it. Now there are two minerals that can interfere with iron absorption. They are calcium and magnesium. Okay, so if you have a food that is high in magnesium or a food that is high in calcium, it's gonna interfere with the absorption of iron. So here's the rule of thumb. Don't drink any caffeine for 1 to 2 hours before or after you eat a meal that is high in iron. Why? Because caffeine, including tea, coffee, is a stimulant, and it increases the amount of stomach acid that you produce. So if you have that acidic environment, you're going to be able to extract the iron from the food and absorb it. The same thing with alcohol. Alcohol is a stimulant, so don't consume alcohol before or after you eat this meal. And the other thing is to avoid having dairy products or foods that are high in calcium, okay, like cheese or milk or yogurt, things like that for 1 to 2 hours before or after this meal. And of course, if you're taking calcium supplements, make sure you don't take them for at least 1 to 2 hours before or after you eat this meal. And the reason for this is because if you have too much calcium in the presence of iron, it can actually bind to the iron and prevent you from absorbing it. Now, I would also recommend that you don't do this with a meal that is really high in fat because the fat can also slow down the absorption of iron. So you want to have a meal that has some fat, but not too much fat, especially if you're trying to absorb iron. Okay, so here's the bottom line. If you really want to absorb iron from the food that you eat, make sure you don't drink any caffeine, alcohol, and avoid calcium for 1 to 2 hours before or after you eat your meal.